Hello friends, today we're talking about a book whose pages hide 25 secret trading rules. If you understand these, trading won't just be a game for you, it'll become an art. And if you don't understand them, you'll become part of that 90% crowd that always comes into trading with just hope and leaves empty-handed. The name of this book is Trading Rules That Work, and it's written by professional trader Jason Allen Jankowski. But wait, these aren't just ordinary rules. Behind every rule lies a secret that neither shows up on charts nor in indicators. These rules will change your thinking, and perhaps your life too. So watch the video till the end, because every rule in this series is the key to the next. Let's begin with the real trading rules that truly work. Rule number 1. Why are you even in the market? The first and most important question, why are you even in the market? Making money is everyone's goal, but have you come to gamble every day, or to trade like a professional? Until your purpose is clear, your decisions will always be muddled. Some people come to trading to try their luck, some to seek emotional revenge, and some just by watching others. But a professional trader knows why they are here. They know their strategy, they know their risk, and they also know when no trade is the best trade. If you yourself don't know what you've come to the market to do, then believe me, the market will take your money and teach you. So think, understand, and ask yourself, why am I in the market? And now let's move on to the rule that will be the answer to this question. Rule number 2, trade, but with a plan. Do you know the market's biggest trick? It makes us emotional, and every decision made in emotion becomes an invitation to loss. If you don't have a plan, you're just a reaction machine. Some news came, you traded. A candle sparked, you bought. Someone on YouTube said sell, you sold. But wait, professionals don't do that. They first make a plan. When to enter, when to set a stop loss, when to take profit, and when to simply sit and watch the market. Before every trade, if you have answers to these 3 questions, why am I entering? How much risk am I taking? When will I exit? Then consider yourself in the game. Otherwise, you're just chasing noise. Remember, no plan means certain loss. Now get ready, because the next rule will tell you what the most important thing in that plan should be, and that rule will surprise you. Rule number 3, control your risk, or risk will control you. Losses are inevitable in trading, but getting wiped out is your mistake. Every time you think, oh, this trade will definitely work, and you throw in all your money, you've laid the foundation for a house of cards. A gust of wind comes, and everything collapses. A professional trader never puts a large part of their account at stake in a single trade. They first measure the risk, then think, what if this trade goes wrong? And this question saves them when others say, all in, and end up all out. Remember, winning in this game is by skill, but staying in it is only by risk management. Even 1% to 2% risk is enough, because only the one who wins the long race is the real trader, not the one who crashes into a speed bump and gets airborne. So next time you trade, first think, if everything goes wrong, how much can I bear? Now get ready for the next rule, because the next rule will tell you how to decide which trade to take and which to skip, and this decision will set you apart from everyone else. Rule number 4. If a trade doesn't feel right, don't take it. Yes, this rule sounds as simple as it is, but in reality it's just as profound. Often we look at charts, read news, watch YouTube videos, and search for logic, but an inner voice says, don't do it. But we ignore it, and that same trade later turns into a loss. Trading isn't just a technical skill, it's also a mental game. Your mind is your first alarm bell in trading. If a trade makes you even slightly waver, your mind isn't calm, your hands are trembling, your heart is pounding, then believe me, you're not heading towards a good trade, but towards danger. Professionals don't catch every signal. They only catch the signals that bring peace to both their system and their heart. A confused mind never wins. So next time if your mind says, stop, something doesn't feel right, then stop. In trading, the trades you skip are also a win. Now let's move on to the next rule, because there we'll learn how to enter when a trade feels right and how to catch the right time, and this timing can become your greatest strength. Rule number 5. Your biggest losses come from trades you should never have taken. Think about how many times you've taken a trade just out of boredom or a feeling, without any solid reason, without any system. And then what happened? That same trade became the biggest wound on your account. This happens to every trader, but the difference is that a professional doesn't repeat it, and a novice doesn't forget it. When you're in a trade that doesn't fit your rules, you're not alone. Fear, anxiety, and regret are with you. And the market is just looking for an opportunity to catch your weakness. Remember, it's not necessary to take every trade. Skipping the wrong trade is also a skill, because the most dangerous trade isn't the one that went into a loss. The most dangerous trade is the one you shouldn't have taken at all. Now the next rule will reveal another big secret: how overtrading is your biggest enemy and how to control it. Stay tuned because the next rule is very bitter, but also true. Rule number 6. Don't overtrade, or the market will extract the price of your patience. This sounds straightforward, but it's the most common and most expensive mistake of every new trader: overtrading. When you sit in front of charts all day, seeing every small movement as an opportunity, and taking one trade after another, you're not actually making money. You're tiring and burning yourself out. Professionals know that trading is like fishing: you don't cast your line at every bubble. Sometimes, waiting for a whole day, a whole week, is the real skill. But new traders think the more they trade, the more profit they'll make, while the truth is the opposite. The more you trade, the more mistakes you make. Overtrading makes you emotional, and a trade done in emotion slowly depletes your capital. Remember, trading is a marathon, not a sprint. Trade less, but trade powerfully. Now get ready, because the next rule will tell you that exiting at the right time is even more important than entering a trade, and this rule can save many people from a big disaster. Rule number 7. Your first loss is your best loss. Sounds strange, doesn't it? But this is the bitterest and most important lesson in trading. When a trade starts going against you and you think, "Let's wait a little longer, maybe it will turn around," you're consoling yourself, not listening to logic, and clinging to your ego. But the market doesn't spare anyone's ego. Every big loss is born from ignoring a small loss. Professionals know that if a trade is going wrong and the stop loss has been hit, then exiting there is the right decision, because that small loss can prevent a big disaster. But a novice trader turns it into revenge, and then that trade becomes a wound for the account. Remember, small losses are the cost of trading, but big losses are the penalty for your carelessness. Sometimes, giving up is the beginning of winning. Now get ready for the next rule, because now we'll learn what the most fatal thing in trading is, and it's not outside, but inside you. The next rule is about fighting yourself. Rule number 8. The market is not your enemy, the real enemy is yourself. Yes, you heard right. After a loss, we say, "The market cheated me." But is that really so? The market is just playing its game. It doesn't know you or your money. The real moves happen in your mind: greed, fear, revenge, and haste. You took the trade without a plan, you removed the stop-loss, you relied on a gut feeling instead of logic, and then you said, "The market messed it up." The truth is, you cheated yourself. Professionals know that the hardest battle is not with the market, but with your own emotions. Until you control yourself, no strategy, no indicator will save you. Remember, the market is just a mirror that shows you your true self. Now get ready, because the next rule will tell you why trading every day is not necessary, but can be dangerous. The next rule holds the true meaning of patience, and that's what turns an amateur into a professional. Rule number 9. It's not necessary to trade every day. Sometimes doing nothing is the best trade. Think about it. Does a doctor perform surgery every day? Is a lawyer in court every day? No, right? So why should a trader trade every day? The market is open every day, but opportunities are not available every day. The real trader is one who doesn't count days, but waits for quality setups. New traders make the biggest mistake. The market is open, I should do something. And then that something slowly turns their account to zero. Professionals know that cash is also a position, and waiting is a strategy. If there's no setup today, if the market isn't giving clear signals, then sit back. Save your energy, focus, and capital so that when the right opportunity comes, you can seize it with full force. Remember, patience is the greatest capital for staying in the market. Now the next rule will reveal another truth: why saving profit is even more important than making profit. Because making money is an art, and saving it is a science, and the next rule is the key to this science. Rule number 10: making profit is not enough, saving it is even more important. Think about it, you made a good trade, you were in profit, but you think, let's hold on a bit longer, maybe it will double. And in a few hours that green turns to red. The profit that was once in your account is now just regret. This is the most common and quietest mistake of every new trader, considering profit as paper profit. Professionals know that money isn't truly yours until it's locked in your account. That's why they use trailing stop losses, set targets, and keep greed within limits. Sometimes, exiting with a small profit is the wisest way to avoid a long loss. Remember, greed is the thing that has the power to turn profit into zero. Now the next rule will tell you why getting stuck in one trade is the most dangerous trap and how to get out of it. Because one trade can control your entire mind, and the next rule is the key to breaking that control. Rule number 11: don't marry any trade. It's just an opportunity, not a life partner. This might sound like a joke, but in reality, this rule is the most serious truth of trading. Have you ever seen someone take a trade and then become emotionally invested in it? Even if that trade is going into a loss, you think, no, it will stop, it will come back. And then you lose your money, your patience, and often even your identity with that trade. Remember, a trade is an opportunity, a business decision. Emotions have no place. Professionals know that every trade is a deal. If it's not working out, ending it immediately is wise. But if you form an emotional attachment to that trade, then you're not trading, you're gambling. Never link a trade to your ego or your hopes, because the market doesn't care about your hopes, it only works on facts. And the next rule will teach you the art of catching these facts. Get ready, because Rule 12 will tell you what 3 questions you must ask yourself before every entry, and those questions can stop all your wrong trades. Rule number 12: before every trade, ask yourself these 3 questions. Because if the answers aren't clear, the trade will never be clear. Question number 1. If this trade goes against me, how much loss can I bear? Because most people think about making money, but they don't prepare for losing, and that's the most dangerous thing. Question number 2. What is the logic for entering this trade? Did you take it based on a setup or just on a "it feels like" emotion? If the reason isn't clear, the trade can become a mistake. Question number 3. When will I exit this trade, both in profit and in loss? In other words, are your target and stop loss predetermined or not? Because without a plan, you're not trading, you're just trying your luck. And the market never rewards emotions or luck. So next time you click a button, stop first and ask yourself these 3 questions. These very questions will show you the difference between a professional and an emotional trader. Now the next rule will tell you why sometimes stopping trading is the most profitable decision. Rule number 13. Sometimes the best trade is the one you didn't take. Yes, you heard right. In trading, as important as taking the right entry is, avoiding wrong trades is just as important. But new traders think, the market is open today, I should do something. And then they take forced trades that have no setup, no logic, just restlessness. Remember, being in the market every day isn't necessary, but losing all your remaining cash every day is easy. Professionals know that when the mind isn't clear, when the strategy isn't working, when a losing streak is ongoing, taking a break is the best trade. They go out, think, analyze, and reset themselves, because trading isn't a job, it's a mind game, and playing with a tired mind is like losing to yourself. The next rule will tell you why keeping a trading journal can turn an ordinary trader into an extraordinary one. It will make every one of your mistakes your biggest teacher. Rule number 14. Keep a trading journal. Because your biggest teacher is your own trades. Think about it, you took a trade, either profit or loss, but you didn't note down why it happened. Why did you enter? Where did you make a mistake? Where were you right? So how will you learn? Trading without a journal is like repeatedly bumping into the same wall in the dark. Professionals keep a record of every trade, entry point, reason, emotional state, result, and learning. Because a trade might only last 5 minutes, but the depth of thought and experience on it is very great. When you go back and read your journal, you see where you were repeatedly making the same mistake and where you showed real growth. This journal shows you a mirror to your trading patterns, emotional triggers, and weaknesses. And the person who looks in their own mirror every day will definitely learn to conquer the market. The next rule will teach you why sometimes pausing before clicking can save you from a trap. Be ready, because now we'll talk about the psychological trap that causes the most losses, the fear of missing out. Rule number 15. Don't trade out of FOMO, fear of missing out. This fear is the biggest enemy, and in the market, this fear has wiped out the most money. A big move appeared, the candle is soaring, or someone says, "Don't miss it now, it's a big opportunity." And you just don't think, you click. But remember, in the market, the money of those who rush goes into the pockets of those who are patient. Trades taken out of FOMO are mostly without a plan. You enter, but the stop loss isn't set, the target isn't clear, and the mind is already in "gotta take profit quickly" mode. The result: wrong decisions and quick losses. Professionals know that every opportunity isn't theirs. If a move is missed, it's okay. The market will give new opportunities every day, but your capital is only lost once. Avoid FOMO. Only take every trade when your system, your rules, and your mind all say yes. Now the next rule will teach you why. The trend is your friend. Is easy to hear, but most difficult to understand and follow. It will tell you the true art of riding the trend, and from here you'll understand that sometimes the simplest looking rule is the deepest. Rule number 16. The trend is your best friend. You must have heard this line 1,000 times, but the real question is, do you actually listen to this friend? New traders often trade against the trend because their mind says, "A reversal will come now, it will go up now." And then in an attempt to defeat the trend, they defeat themselves. Remember, trading against the trend is like swimming against the current. Walking with the trend gives you comfort, momentum, and more probability in your trades. Professionals consider the trend their friend and never make an enemy of it. The next rule will tell you why sizing, or determining your position size, can save your trading. Rule number 17. Determining the right position size is the biggest protection. No matter how good a strategy you follow, if you take a trade with the wrong size, a single loss can wipe out your entire account. New traders often put half or all their capital into one trade because they think, "This time it's a sure thing." But remember, nothing is certain in trading. Professionals first determine the size, then they enter. They know that if consistent risk is taken in every trade, it's possible to survive in the long run. The real game of trading is survival, and the right position size is that secret weapon that helps you survive. Now the next rule will tell you why nothing is ever 100% certain in the market. Rule number 18. There's no such thing as a sure thing in the market. This is the most important but most unheard rule. Whenever someone tells you, "This is 100% certain, go all in," you should immediately become alert. The market has countless variables: news, global events, liquidity, the intentions of big players. Any trade, no matter how strong it looks, can always fail. And by understanding this, professionals never go all in with overconfidence, putting all their money at stake. They always manage risk and assume they can always be wrong. The real strength lies in this humility. Remember, arrogance is the biggest enemy in the market, and humility is the greatest strength. Now the next rule will tell you why revenge trading is your most dangerous habit. Rule number 19. Revenge trading, or the desire for revenge, is the most dangerous poison in trading. Let's say you've incurred a big loss. Your mind says, "I'll take the next trade and earn everything back." This is where the biggest trap begins: revenge trading. At this time, your mind is not calm. You don't look at the plan or steps, you just enter immediately in the fire of revenge. And then what happens? A chain of one wrong trade after another begins. PR. Professionals know to accept every loss with a calm mind. No loss is covered by the greed of earning double next time. Rather, it's slowly recovered through discipline and a plan. So if you incur a loss, stop, take a break, learn, and then return with a plan. Abandon revenge trading, otherwise trading will abandon you. Now the next rule will tell you why blindly following market experts can be fatal. Rule number 20. Don't blindly believe anything an expert says. Nowadays, everywhere on social media, Telegram, YouTube, there are thousands of people telling you to buy, sell, or that you'll hit the jackpot. But will those people manage your account when there's a loss? No. A real trader is one who does their own research, makes their own plan, and takes their own responsibility. Listen to experts' opinions, but ultimately, the decision should be yours. Blind following is the biggest gamble, and there's no place for gambling in trading. Remember, gain knowledge, not blind faith, because only when you start thinking for yourself will you become a truly self-reliant trader. Now the next rule will tell you why every loss should be considered a cost of learning. Rule number 21. Consider every loss the cost of learning. New traders get scared, discouraged, or angry and engage in revenge trading as soon as they incur a loss. But professionals look at losses as, this was a class, and I just paid the fee. Every loss contains some lesson, whether it's a mistake in risk management, wrong entry timing, or the influence of emotions. If you keep learning from every loss, gradually your losses will become smaller and your profits larger. Loss is a teacher, don't make it your ego. By embracing loss and learning from it, you become a stronger trader. Remember, there are no zero losses in trading, but there can definitely be zero repeated mistakes. Now the next rule will tell you why patience is the least visible but most profitable trait in trading. Rule number 22. Patience is the least visible but most profitable trait in trading. New traders are in a hurry to make money quickly. They want profit now, every day, quickly. And in this haste, they jump into every setup. But remember, the market won't give you opportunities every day. Professionals know that sometimes waiting for the right trade is the biggest profit. Only trade when your setup is completely ready, when the trend is confirmed. Entering on incomplete signals is like crossing a river in a half-boat. Be patient. Real money is made from a long-term view and disciplined trading, not from clicking every day. The next rule will tell you why simple strategies work best, not complex systems. Rule number 23. Keep your trading system simple. New traders think that the more indicators, the more success. They open 10 charts, put on 15 indicators, and analyze the same thing repeatedly, resulting in confusion. Remember, a simple strategy that you can follow consistently works best. Because execution is more important than analysis paralysis in trading. Professionals have clear rules: when to enter, when to exit, when to stop. So make your system so simple that you can follow it even with your eyes closed. The next rule will tell you why chasing news can ruin you. Rule number 24. Stop chasing news. News is often delayed. By the time a piece of news reaches your ears, big players have already acted on it, and the average trader who chases that news gets trapped. Remember, the market runs on rumors, not news. Look at news only for reference. Don't make it the basis of your trade. Your chart, your system, your setup should make the real decision. Trades taken under the influence of news are mostly impulsive, and impulsive trades lead you down the path of loss. Professionals only believe in facts and price action. Understand the news, but look at the price. Now the next rule will tell you why continuous learning is the true strength of every successful trader. Rule number 25. Always be a student in trading. The market never stops. It teaches something new every day. But many traders, after making a little money, think they know everything, that they've become an expert. This is the biggest deception. Professionals know that there's no limit to learning. They learn from every loss, analyze every profit, and keep studying every new strategy. Remember, the journey of learning in the market never ends. The more you learn, the more you update yourself, the better trader you'll become. The market teaches those who stop learning in a very expensive way. So promise yourself, I will learn something new every day. I will review my past trades. I will read books. I will learn from good traders. And most importantly, I will always remain a student. This very mindset will keep you going in the long run. Now friends, in this video, you've learned the 25 secret rules of trading. If you like these lessons, please like the video and subscribe to the channel so you can continue to receive such powerful insights. And remember, the real formula for winning in the market is learning, learning, and continuously learning. See you in the next video. Until then, happy trading!